application in preparation for our meeting tomorrow. What we've done here is just basically updated the web map ID in the application, or in the configure the application. We've also pushed up the TPK to the device itself. So I wanted to have a quick walkthrough with where we are with the application. There's things that work well, and there are a few things I wanted to point out that aren't working as well as we would like, and we have to adjust. The first one actually is this loading map issue. It looks like we're zoomed in really close at the minute, and if we zoom out, you notice we haven't got any base map tiles there. That's because we're in too deep into the app, and I think that's causing that loading sign not to go away because it's not loading a layer it knows about. So I think we might want to just set the web map back at this, maybe this kind of level, I don't know. Anyway, now we've got the visible base map. And it's, what is it? It's the National Geographic World Map, and we've got the facility assignments and the field report. So we've got a point layer and we've got a polygon layer as well. So this might be a good starting point for the application. I just accidentally tapped one of the fields. You can see they're the attributes for that particular feature. Let's do a point as well. Actually, there's an attachment that was me testing to that one, so we can interrogate that data. I wanted just to point out, actually let's walk through these buttons at the top here. I think you've seen in the other videos we've got a full extent, so if we wanted to zoom to the extent of the web map, we initially loaded the map, or what's published in ArcGIS Online, that'll do that. The geolocate button will actually zoom into your current location, which we're not going to do because we'll be zoomed to Salt Lake City. The edit button just basically targets those editable layers that are there. The first one is the polygon layer, the ability to add features. If we tap the point, like if we tap the feature, which I'll show you in a moment, we get the edit attributes box up. Field reports, same deal, point data, can either add it by tapping one of these and tapping the map, which I'll show you, and then similar with the attributes pop up. So let's get rid of that. Actually no, let's not get rid of that, let's just show you something. We're working with a flex team on something, and I will show you what that is. This box that's come up is called an attribute inspector. It's not something we can do any adjustments to at the minute, and we're talking to the flex team about how we might be able to do that. Certain things aren't working. For example, the combo box doesn't work in flex on mobile. That's a problem. Nothing we can do about it in this component, because this component is actually being built for web flex, not for mobile flex. That component doesn't work in mobile flex. We have to switch it out with something else, but we can't at the minute. So I'm talking to the flex team about that. The biggest one is this. That. We actually need to anchor this in one position so it doesn't do what it's just doing. Now it's trying to go above or below. You've probably seen it in the flex demos or other JavaScript demos where it actually moves. That's a problem. And that does not look very good in a demo. So we can talk about that. There's a couple of other things in here that are obvious. These running off the sides here, that's actually being fixed by the flex team, and there's a few other things that probably aren't worth mentioning for this demo. So there's some limitations at the minute in some of the, I think, less important things here, but they're still important. So so I wanted to point that out. So let me do this. I'm going to take this device offline. Ba-dum. And let's go back in, let's load the app. And you've probably seen in the videos we've done that you physically take this device offline, so you can actually set it to go offline, and it gives you a little indicator. Now that's kind of ugly what we've got there, but we've got basically, we've written the feature layers, the two feature layers to the device, and we're reading off the device now for those. And we've also loaded the TPK as well in the background. Now last time I tested this, we are actually getting these pop-ups. Okay, so that's good. Last time I tested on the point data, I wasn't getting these up, but that may have been my tap. So that's the attributes in non-edit mode, offline. So we're just reading what's the attributes of that feature and displaying them. Let's zoom in, and I'm gonna turn off this layer here, and I just want to deal with the point features. I'm going to do a couple of things actually here. Let me just go into edit mode, and let's add a feature. Let's add one of these here. Let's add that. So it gives us the pop-up box with information. You know, we can fill that out as we need to. In fact, why don't we do that with that feature? What we'll do is we'll just do test feature. Now, I'm hoping this is going to update. I've tested this. I know the data is getting pushed to the server. What I'm not seeing is that every once in a while it just doesn't render and you have to reload the app to see the data. I know in ArcGIS Online it's there because I've looked at the web maps on other things, so let's keep our fingers crossed this one works. We may have to look at that. It's kind of inconsistent, so it's weird. So that's the attachments piece. I've got a parcels PNG that I want to attach. Hidden submit basically has set the attachment to be ready to be uploaded to the server. So let's go back. Let's OK that. Okay, we should be good to go. Let's set the device back online. Back online. Let's reload the application. Actually reload. Let's just bring it back up. So we're in offline mode still now. Let's set the device to online mode. Okay, TPK disappears. We're back down to that same level. You'll notice that we don't have that feature there either. So let's go ahead and hit the edit button in online mode and you'll see this apply offline edits. That's how we manually push, or that's how users, once they've done their offline edits, push the data to the server. So let's hit that. And there's that feature. Now let's just see what makes up this feature. Okay, so everything's there. So we've got the test feature as an attribute which we added, and we've got that parcel. Now we can tap that and we would see that in the browser. I actually want to do that. It's totally irrelevant to that point, I'm sure, but that's that. Now one other thing I wanted to test is, let's just go back. Okay, so let's do a facility assignment and add something arbitrary. So let's do that, and we're gonna do that, and there we go. So we've got an empty fill box. Now there's that ugly jumping around, but we can edit that that particular feature, and it's now, yeah, look at that. We'll talk about how what we can do about that. I mean, reduce the number of attributes there actually will eliminate the problem, but clearly that's not going to work too well in a demo. Let's get rid of that. And there's that new feature. Let's go there. Let's just tap it. And there's the attributes box, empty of course, we haven't added anything to it. So I think we've got a workable demo here. Obviously, I mean, this code is still in development, so we're working on this with the we're working to iron out some of the kinks in it, in both our code, and there's obviously some things that we need to work out with the code that's part of the part of the Flex API for ArcGIS, which we're talking to Mansur and the guys about. So, but I think we've got a workable demo here, so we'll walk through this tomorrow. But there's the workflow and there's the data. So let's talk more in the morning. Thanks a lot.